Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. It's truly the blessings of Malibu Sri Venkatachalapati and all the deities in this temple that Ashita, Avyay and Shakti have been able to perform so well this afternoon. The three students are very lucky to have such a talented and dedicated teacher and such great accompanying artists. At this time, we would like to invite Guru Gana Saraswati to come to the stage and say a few words about the artist and bless her students. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. This has been such an enjoyable day. I'm really proud of Shakti Sundar and Avyay, Ashrita for their wonderful performance. All three of them have been very busy in school with their studies and projects while also being involved in many activities. But they still dedicated time to learn how to play Indian classical Carnatic music on Western instrument, which allowed for us to drown in an ocean of music today. So let us all appreciate them and give them another round of applause. I am also very grateful to the percussionist, Dr. Neelakanta, Mr. Rajiv Rao, Mr. Leona Shinaman, and Mr. Satya Sundar for their complete encouragement in making this program successful. I would like to honor them on behalf of Lakshmi Narayana School of Music, Dr. Neelakanta on Mridam. Mr. Rajiv Rao on Gadam. Mr. Leona Shinaman on Ganjira and Chippy Coconut Shell. Mr. Satya Sundar on tambourine. I wanted to thank the parents of my three disciples, Mr. Kasturi Rangan and Chitra, Mr. Shekhar Panjapakeshan and Uma, Mr. Srinivas and Sheena for their complete support in making this event successful. It is also my great pleasure to thank all of you for coming here and encouraging the artist. On behalf of Lakshmi Narayana School of Music, I would like to appreciate the stars of this afternoon, Shakti Sundar on bass clarinet. and Avyay on keyboard. Ashrita on flute. My best wishes to all three of you. May God bless you all, and may this just the beginning of many performances to come. Once again, thank you all.
In fact, I was asked to actually give the closing remarks. So I was thinking, what should I say? So what I'm going to talk about is three simple things. Something that has to do with what Indian music is about, what music is about, and this is especially important for the younger, our kids, our children who we send to learn Indian music. They learn Western classical music in school, and they come here and learn Indian classical music. And for all those people here who may not be so familiar with what Indian music is about, first of all kinds of art form, everything traditionally in India, all converges to the same point. It is about, it is spiritual in nature. And when I say spiritual, being spiritual is ultimately trying to understand what reality is, what the truth is. If going back just for a second, hitting a little bit of philosophy, for those of you who are familiar with Vedanta, in Vedanta they say that everything, that which pervades everything in the universe is called Brahman, which is, we give it different forms, God or Allah or Bhagwan or whatever. But that is basically because all matter is temporal, it just stays for a short while and goes away. So everything is about this Brahman. All of what this music is, how? Because, Shankaracharya actually was the person who said that what we have inside, the self, is also the same thing as the Brahman. So there is that connectivity that we actually don't realize and we have forgotten, or we do know but we don't actually feel it. And there are some natural things in the world that actually connect all humanity, no matter what religion, what country you come from. And one of those things is music. Because, it's those 7 notes that we have, and when they are right, something happens. You can sense that, that you have made that connection. The connection that we don't usually make is made when the right notes are sounded. And if you are off note, it bothers us. There is something that is pretty incredible actually. So I think, the kids today, what they have performed, they probably made that connection. We enjoyed what they have done. So this is something that, when our kids are learning, we try to actually talk to them, sometimes bore them, but, it's important for them to know. The second thing that I would like to say is about, in all music in India, the central element is actually what is called as bhakti. Bhakti being the love for this, whatever you want to call it, God. And to do that, to realize that all what we actually, the way these are actually composed and written, is that you become very small. To realize you have to almost be so humble, smaller than an ant, that that is when you can actually make that connection. So in all of this, we feel that while the modern way of living is, we are actually, all the kids are learning about it, where there is competition, and it can be a race. You can get caught up in that. It provides a relief where you are what you are. You just feel, you just experience, and you learn to be humble. So that is a second element that we look for when they're learning music. And finally, in the tradition, to actually gain this knowledge, the knowledge is actually personified as a woman, Saraswati. Most of you must be familiar with that. There is a gateway. How do you attain knowledge? And that gateway is provided by a person who is skilled in that field. And we call that person the Guru. And we were actually very fortunate to have somebody like Ganam to teach our kids. She actually comes to our home every Saturday to conduct classes, not only to her 2 children, but other children. So it is like, the classes, we hear this music in the home, so we feel that this is, it's rejuvenating, it's purifying. So the Guru's role is so important. So what I would like to actually thank the Guru Ganam and ask the 3 kids to honor their Guru. Ganam, where are you? Oh, there she is. Ashita, you want crutches, please?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. So all 3 of you. Well, this is quite dramatic, A student is limping, her way to her Guru. And the gesture of touching the feet is actually, that is what it captures the fact that you do not question or judge your Guru, because the Guru is a gateway, and that is how you show your humility and complete surrender. So that is actually symbolically, that's what it means, in case some of you are wondering what touching the feet means. And everybody's, you should be standing. We're not done yet. I'm sorry. But okay, Ashita, you can sit down. So I would like to call Abhyay, and you have something that, well, your mom is not here, I guess. So Shakti, why don't you come over? Ganam, please. Ganam, you can actually, I think, stay there only for a while. Ashita, okay. There, mom is giving you a little.
No, I can come there.
It's okay. Yeah, it's all right. She actually, the most difficult thing for her is at school, apparently, because she has to go from one class to the other. All right, thank you so much. And yeah, okay. All right, finally, I would like to thank, first and foremost, Ganam for her efforts. She spent a lot of time, and she is somebody who's not only a teacher but almost like a motherly figure. She really cares about her students, and her students actually absolutely adore her. And that's the kind of relationship. I mean, that's the kind of guru shishya. Guru means teacher, shishya is the pupil. Relationship that we all dream of having. So I would like to first of all thank Ganu for being such a wonderful guru, and all the parents, Shekhar, Uma, Kasturi, Chitra, and they all worked so hard to make this possible. And also I would like to thank my wife Sheena, who's the real person behind. There is, in our case, we have to actually adjust that properly. Behind every successful man, there is a woman. It's actually the other way around here. I'm always behind. She's in the front. You don't see her, but she does all the work. I'm traveling and I take the credit, basically. So thanks to her, and thanks to all the musicians. This is actually, it's a great honor for kids to have people like you to accompany them. So thank you for making the time, and thank you for making this so wonderful. And thanks to the temple, everybody who's here, the administration, actually provided this facility. They allowed us to put a wireless router so that we can actually stream to the whole world. My parents and a lot of people in India are watching this, and in the East Coast. So all this was possible, so thanks to the temple management. And I would also like to thank all people involved, people who are taking the pictures, making videos, and that we will actually...
I just want to interrupt just a minute. There are a couple of people who have been completely vital to this. Mukund Haldar is not here just now. Mukund has made the sound system possible, and without him, then this would not have happened at all. In fact, I think he did even more to make this program, that I did want to make sure that even if you didn't forget him, I wanted to make sure that I remembered him from a personal point of view. Thank you very much, Mukund. Even if he's not here, I hope he'll hear us. And of course, all the other volunteers who helped to decorate the stage. Thank you very much. Anyway.
And with Mukund, also we have Murali, who was here throughout today. So thanks to him for his efforts. And with that, I guess, Chitra has a few words to say.
We would also like to thank Vasanta Bhavan for the food that they provide today, and Surendra Prakash from Photo Magic Room, who's in charge of all the photos today. And lastly, there's a saying in Tamil, "Sedikku unavillada podu siridu vaitrukkum iyappadum," which translates to, when you have not had a feast for your years, then you can have some food. But we hope that you had a great feast for your years. Now it's time to join us for a small traditional South Indian dinner. Thank you.
If anybody wants to come talk to the children,